Hey guys, welcome to the latest edition of the Muir Reflection. John from the John Muir Show here, and according to newly declassified footnotes from the Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz's report on FBI misconduct, the FBI team that was investigating President Trump's 2016 presidential campaign received multiple indications that Christopher Steele, their British spy informant in that investigation, was part of a, quote, Russian disinformation campaign, end quote. And none of that comes as a surprise to those of us who have been objectively paying attention to what has been happening on this front over the years, because as we've learned in recent years, it was not Donald Trump and his team that were acting inappropriately. There was not Trump-Russia collusion, as so many folks on the political left have disingenuously and falsely claimed in recent years. No, rather, the wrongdoing pertaining to Donald Trump's presidential campaign was on the part of people who were opposed to Donald Trump. That's right. The folks who were investigating Trump in the Obama intel agencies, we have learned that there were various individuals at the highest levels of those Obama intel agencies who were engaging in corrupt and or criminal behavior, including in the aforementioned investigation into the Trump team. And it was actually Hillary Clinton, the Democrat candidate in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, who actually was colluding with various foreign powers, including the Russians and including the British, including this British former spy, Christopher Steele, that was working on compiling this totally phony anti-Trump dossier that Hillary's friends in the Obama intel agencies used to abuse this nation's FISA courts and illegally spy on Donald Trump's campaign, most notably on campaign volunteer Carter Page, who is a law-abiding U.S. citizen who needlessly had his most basic rights totally infringed upon, even though to this day there has not been even one credible accusation of wrongdoing made against Carter Page, even though till this day there have been zero criminal charges brought against Carter Page. I mean, look. Yes, we learned that Donald Trump and his team, they didn't do anything wrong pertaining to the 2016 election, but we have most certainly learned that there was wrongdoing pertaining to the 2016 election. Again, it was on the part of Hillary Clinton and some of her friends colluding with these foreign powers, and it was on the part of various high-ranking folks in the Obama intel agencies who went engaging in, again, a combination of corrupt and or criminal behavior. These things are things that we have long known. We've received various pieces of evidence to back those claims, but sadly to this day, there has not been a lot of action, if any action, on these wrongdoings, which is why it is so imperative for the good of the United States to maintain any semblance of legitimacy in our system of justice. It is imperative that the people who were responsible for these wrongdoings be held to full and proper account. We need to have a fair and thorough investigation into all of this wrongdoing that had taken place in relation to the 2016 election at the highest levels of the Obama intel agencies. Hopefully that's the investigation that we are currently getting from U.S. Attorney John Durham. And once that investigation is complete, it is imperative that that information and any other information pertaining to wrongdoing in our government is made known for the public to see, because us as the folks who fund this nation's government, we absolutely deserve to know any corrupt and or criminal activity that is going on in the government we fund. So it's imperative that that information is put out in full for us to see. And it's also imperative that our Attorney General William Barr makes good on comments he made during an interview with Laura Ingraham of Fox News last week in saying that anyone who has proven to have broken the law, any government officials from the Obama years, for example, who are proven to have broken the law, that they are held to full and proper account for what they've done. Because those people who are responsible for those corrupt and or criminal actions at the highest levels of our intel agencies, at the highest levels of our government, they need to be held to account for what they've done. They cannot get a pass. They've greatly harmed the United States. They've greatly harmed their fellow U.S. citizens. They need to be held to full account for what it is that they have done. They cannot get away with any of their criminal behavior just because they were in high-ranking positions in our government. And in addition to that, a precedent needs to be set that no, that sort of behavior, that corrupt and or criminal behavior from folks elected or non-elected in our government, it was not tolerated back then pertaining to the Obama administration, pertaining to the 2016 election, and it most certainly will not be tolerated at any point going forward in the United States either. It's all the time that we have for today. The John Muir Show, each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.